Okay, I seem to be printing much nicer now after I shut the pig-headed notion that the data sheet that Isan gave me with their PLA Plus was accurate enough for me to ignore the extruding filament that seemed to be creating quite an issue. I thought because my benchies were printing so nicely with little to no stringing whatsoever, and that the torture models that I was printing seemed to be the only thing that was experiencing the stringing, that it was a retraction issue. Well, that wasn't necessarily true, because this is a retraction torture test that I downloaded off of Thingiverse. And here, let me get in closer here. If you look at the stringing here, can you see it? Let's get it nice and close. At 215 degrees, which is what the data sheet was telling me to print at, and I have to admit, I was more than happy to do it because that was the same temperature that gave me consistently good results on my Raise 3N2 using eSun, but their standard PLA. I didn't question the temperature, so I went along thinking it was something different that was causing the stringing. So after printing at various temperatures, I found it to be the temperature and not so much the retraction that was giving me fits. So I'm now printing at 205, and I think it's looking pretty good. I've got the retraction set at, well, actually it was the default of 6mm, and I'm going to leave it there for right now. I'm printing out another one of the two-fan cooling, oops, let's get the T out of here, the dual-fan cooling head for my printer, and I want to compare 215 to 205 and see if there's any real big difference. For right now, I'm done with doing the mods. I did add stiffeners in all the corners. Well, I will be replacing the plastic stiffeners here, but that'll probably be tomorrow. But I've got these aluminum cast stiffeners in all the corners, because I really want this thing to be rigid as it's bouncing around with the print head moving at set speed, and even more so when I go direct drive. I don't want this frame flexing or going out of trueness because I don't have enough support. So I'm hoping that right now this is enough that I need to do, and I can focus on dialing in the filament temperature before I start printing big projects, which I have quite a few that I want to do. Primarily Earth versus Flying Saucer. I need to start printing the internal mechanism to allow me to motorize the two surfaces, as I had talked about before. The two surfaces, as it did in the movie, this surface will spin one direction, the undersurface will spin the opposite direction. I need to make attachments to interface the motors to, and to support the bearings to allow those to spin. So I'm really kind of anxious to get started on those. Plus I have some other projects that I'd like to start doing, and I don't want to invest the time. The filament's not that big a deal, but the time it takes to do some of these things if I'm going to have a problem. I'm kind of spoiled with the results from my N2, and I want to make this Ender 5 print as good, if not better, than it did, and I think I can because this is not using linear bearings in its gantry like the N2, but the extruded rods and the Exo Slides solution to the XY movement. So hopefully I can start getting into these projects and well, have some fun. And I'm really liking the Creality version of Cura. There's a lot of features it gives you. It's not as overwhelming, but I'm not someone who really wants to spend a lot of time tweaking and experimenting. I want to get busy doing what I bought the printer for, which is making parts for my builds. You know, I wouldn't have been able to do the B9, especially not to the degree that I did, if I didn't have a 3D printer. There's a lot of custom parts that I had to print to allow the torso to rotate and to do the track drive down there, and I really want to put my printer to work. So I hope anybody that's got the Ender 5 Plus enjoys it as much as I have so far. And if you've got anything to say or add to my comments, because I do this without rehearsing, so I can definitely put my foot in my mouth, feel free to chime in, and we'll have some good exchange, hopefully. Anyways, weather's nice. I thought I was going to get this posted yesterday, but had to go outside and enjoy the nice spring weather. As it is, I'm debating on cutting the grass today or tomorrow. Probably do it tomorrow because I'd like to give it a little bit more time to dry out. But I'm loving the change of the seasons. So happy to have gotten out of California, or Southern California. I love the weather. Anyways, everybody have a great weekend, and I'll see you all later. Bye.